Okay, and here we go. Welcome to KBLP LLC and Fear the Walking Dead with yours truly, Denise Harris. Hope you all watched the episode on Sunday night. It was called Close Your Eyes. This is episode 10 of season 4. So what did y'all think? It was a good episode, but I think they spent way too much time on those two. I get it, why they did it, but they should have given us at least some glimpses of what the others were going through. Not what happened to them, maybe, but you know, what they were going through during the storm too. This is all about Alicia and Charlie. So Alicia escapes from the storm. She breaks into a nearby house, of course. Um, yeah, me too. Actually, I did. I saw the first 2 seasons. I'm catching up on season 3. 4, I started with it because of Morgan. I just have to finish season 3. So far, so good with this one. And season 4 started out so good with Morgan and John Dory. That's with a Y. That's with an I-E, not a Y like the fish. So there you go. You've not caught up on this then. You remember Alicia then, Madison's daughter. Okay, yeah, I'm catching up too. I wasn't a fan there for a while. I really wasn't, and I promised I'd give it a try again. So here I am. So anyway, she kills the 4 walkers, of course, that were the inhabitants of that home. She lays their bodies outside, and she takes all their family pictures and everything, and puts them outside with them too. She boards up the front door and starts exploring the house, of course. She finds this walker impaled high on a tree branch, and she hears a door creak open. And Alicia, of course, is warning straight, get out or die. And the stranger rushes at her, and Alicia tackles him. And who is it? It's freaking Charlie. Really? She's lucky she didn't get killed right then and there. Actually, we could do this episode now. Alicia and Charlie kiss and make up, the end. Okay, we're done. No, I'm just kidding. I think they drug it out a little. I think they could have flashed to what was happening with the other people there. So anyway, it's Charlie, and she goes and hides in a bedroom while Alicia pounds on her door, and she can't be there. Blah blah blah. So Alicia figures if she stays, she's going to end up killing her. So she can't be there either. So she gathers her stuff, runs outside, and of course the storm gets her. She gets blown down and knocked out. Shades of Dorothy, right? She tries to get to this car, is what she's doing. So Charlie drags her back into the house. So she kind of saved her life there. So Alicia wakes up back inside and runs upstairs to ask Charlie why she brought her back in. There's no response, and Alicia kind of painfully reminds Charlie that her mother and brother are dead because of her, and if she stays in the house, she'll probably kill her. So, yeah. Charlie takes a gun out of her bag, and Alicia tells her she's garbage and a waste of a person, and Charlie silently cries on the other side of the door, of course. Anybody who tells you that. But she's ticked, of course. Later on, Alicia tries and fails to fix the boards on the window outside. And then she goes back in and demands Charlie tell her why she killed Nick. And of course, Charlie doesn't say anything. She's silent. But she helps Alicia fix the boards. And of course, they're making noise, so it attracts the nearby walkers. And then they're forced to go back into the house. So Alicia asks for her coat and finds the same gun that killed Nick. In there. So, and she points it at Charlie's head. I was like, well, this is it. She's going to do it this time. But she tells her to go back upstairs. Charlie walks on the roof near the walker impaled on the tree and almost lets it bite her. Kind of a suicide walker deal there. So, but Alicia, attack of conscience or whatever, she pulls her back inside. Alicia... which her name is Alicia Debney. What's her last name? Chapman? She does a marvelous role on here playing Alicia. I think she did a really excellent job in this episode. But again, like I said, I think they, I get the, the basically a showdown with these two, but they could have been flashing towards what the other like Strand and them were going through at the time of the storm. So, but anyway, Charlie's busy crying on the other side of the door. And later on again, Alicia tries. So Alicia saves her from the branch walker there, the tree walker. Then Alicia realized the gun she had was for suicide and explains that she saved her because she isn't getting off that easily. That night, they eat dinner out of cans, and Charlie tells her about the time. She starts talking, and she explains to her about the time she was supposed to go to the beach with her parents, but they got sidetracked by the zombie damn apocalypse. So all she remembers of them right now is when they turned, what they look like when they turned. So a little later on, Alicia finds Charlie laying out the family pictures from the people who lived there, in case people they knew were looking for them. And of course, Alicia, mother hen there, scolds her and repeats her mother phrase, "No one's gone until they're gone." Ooh, cool, right? All of a sudden, they're sitting there, and this window breaks open. Walkers are flown back by the wind, and Alicia orders Charlie to run to the basement with her, which it turns out not to be the best idea. They run downstairs. The basement is halfway underwater, of course. Well, crap, right? They turn back to go upstairs, but the wind blows the door shut, and they're thrown into the water. Now they're trapped, at least so far, right? Now, how they did this, I think this scene was really, really good with the basement and the water rising. And if you saw the Talking Dead afterwards, and you'll know how they did that, it was really very cool, actually. And the water's rising, and Alicia, assures Charlie they'll find a way to get out. And Charlie realized she doesn't really want to die or be turned. She starts crying and tells her she doesn't want to die. But if they don't make it out, to kill her, because she doesn't want to turn either. Alicia points a gun at her forehead, remembering Nick and Madison deaths for inspiration, of course. But she can't do it. It's just not in her, apparently, not for that reason. Suddenly, they hear something outside and realize they can open the cellar door. This walker comes bursting in and gives them a way out. Actually, the walker saved them, so there you go. They crawl outside and realize the walker from the tree fell and opened the door for them. So thank you, tree walker. I can get a little more into it here, but what did you think about the Alicia Charlie episode? Seriously. What did you think? Do you agree that Alicia should make friends with her, or should she have left her to die? So, let us know in the chats. Yeah, they're going to come back up this season. They're excited about this. You've never seen The Walking Dead? Oh my God. Yeah, it has, for several reasons, but Andrew Lincoln is really excited about this. And he's saying this is like the first episode. So it's going to be a good season, I think. And there's going to be, I think, some open-ended things going on, too. Again, with Close Your Eyes, and Alicia, she purges, basically, the foundation of the four walkers that used to be there. Rids the walls of old photos, depicting the family that was versus the family that now lies in the mud on the lawn, because they remind Alicia of the family she once had, who have met the same fate. This is what she's thinking when she's cleaning out the house and getting rid of the family photos and stuff. This episode is a contained, in structure and settings, a character study on Alicia and having to deal with this trauma going on. But in the grand scheme of, and I use this, Deadverse, Um, I think it milks it. Okay. The energy isn't there. It was. Don't get me wrong. It was a good episode, but there was no, dynamic energy there. The I think the storm was very cool how they did that. Um, but it's also very depressing. It's like, come on, excuse me, we need John Dory in there to lighten it up some, right? Um, but this episode was kind of depressing. It's like, here we go, here we go. Um, it plays out, of course, in one location. Really? Once? Oh, I've seen season one of The Fear. Yeah, and I didn't like Madison or hubby then. He finally got it together and got killed off. So there you go. Madison, I could have done without all four seasons. Seriously. So you forget what season you watched TWD? Oh, for shame, Tori, for shame. Anyway, and Alicia physically cannot leave this house, as we found out. She tried to get to the car, and of course, the wind knocked her out. Dorsey. And the place becomes even more constrained. There's flooding in the basement, walkers that come along to bang on windows, people are locking themselves in room, until she's finally forced to face what she's been running from. So, in the last episode, we saw Luciana drowning out the rest of the world by blasting music. But as Charlie snuck into the house through an unlocked door, there came this symbolic realization that she can't lock herself away because that brings other problems as well. And then Charlie again sneaks into this house that Alicia broke when she first got in. And finding the girl who killed Nick and the vultures and brought the vultures to the baseball field, of course, really brings up some strong emotions with Alicia that she's kind of put on the back burner for a while now. And of course, this is when she attempts to leave because she thinks she's going to kill Charlie if she's in the house with her. But again, we know that didn't work out so well. She unleashes this speech on Charlie when she wakes up in the house. She locked herself in a bedroom. She's calling her all these names and everything and doesn't realize that Charlie has been, of course, contemplating suicide. But Alicia tries doing the right thing because by making sure Charlie's okay. Because that's what her mother would have done. And that feeling is all Alicia has left of her mom. Plus, she needs help securing the rest of the windows against the storm, so she does need her there. Of course, many times Alicia becomes tempted to kill Charlie. When she offers to dry Charlie's jacket by the fire she's making, she grows suspicious when the girl, who still hasn't talked yet, she won't give up that jacket. Again, she threatens her to give it up. And of course, like I said, she finds the gun that Charlie used to kill Nick. And she puts it to her head. And I thought for sure that was the end of Charlie. I really did. But Alicia thinks she meant to use it on her. So, and again, she runs back up. Charlie runs back up to the room. But Charlie, after glancing at the family photos she saved from, Alicia's purge there, she decides to go visit a walker that's impaled on a tree, which she walks on the roof there. And that's kind of like a suicide walker type thing. So, of course, Alicia runs up there and pulls her back just when she's real close enough for the walker to bite her. Charlie finally breaks her vow of silence there when Alicia realizes the gun she was carrying was meant for suicide. And she asks Alicia why she saved her from the walker. But Alicia doesn't exactly know why. But she does know Charlie has to live with what she's done. Just like Alicia has to continue to do so also. So the two live with their baggage, there you go. And they also live with each other. And over dinner, Charlie reveals she and her family were en route to the beach and boardwalk in Galveston, Texas, when everything changed. Of course, the damn apocalypse happened, right? She enjoys reading so much because she tries to imagine the places described on the page, but she hasn't found any yet about Galveston. And as the storm becomes more violent, so does their struggles, okay? That storm was very awesome. I loved the way they did that. It was great. The only thing I had a problem with is that, you saw these walkers blowing around. Granted, they're kind of husks of themselves, but it seemed like there should have been more debris blowing around. I'm just saying. I don't know what you guys think. But later that night, the storm blows the walkers off the porch and shatters a window. Charlie, of course, had been scrambling to save the family photos in the house, while Alicia kept explaining it didn't really matter anymore, that no one will be coming back for them. But they're forced to head to the basement when the upper levels become unsafe. But the flooding in the basement continues to rise, and, they really think they're going to die there. Of course, they immediately try to back out, but the debris crashes down on them, trapping them in the basement. The back entrance is also chained, so they're forced to wait it out. They're standing on top of containers in the basement. And it's here in this trapped state that Charlie admits, I don't want to die. But she doesn't want to be a walker either, so there you go. She watched her parents turn, and now she can't remember what they used to look like. And that's why she saved the old photos in the house. Charlie begs Alicia to get the gun and shoot her by invoking her mother and brother's names, of course. And visions of her family flash before her eyes as she holds the gun to Charlie's head, but she can't quite bring herself to do it. And everything she's feeling comes out in sobs, of course. And with that, Alicia releases her anger. And once that's gone, of course, the lock on the basement door is broken. Our tree walker falls and forces an opening so they can get out. Oh, opportune, right? Then the next day, Alicia buries the bodies of the family and marks their graves with a jar filled with their photos, which was cool. And then she bequeaths Charlie her old weapon, the gun barrel that's sharpened into a blade, and they start off to find the others. And Charlie reminds her, I'm good at finding things. And as they're driving away, Alicia gives her the gift of the beach. Charlie closes her eyes as Alicia describes her favorite place, and in doing so, it unlocks Charlie's memories of her parents before they turned. It's an echo of when Charlie said she saw Madison in Alicia, even if Alicia couldn't see it herself. Again, on the downside, they find Victor and Luciana aren't at the estate, which has, of course, been wrecked to hell by the storm. Morgan's truck and John and June's bus have also been overturned, with no trace of any of them. Charlie says they must go and find them, but Alicia thinks they're just gone and won't be around to see just how bad things get. Then there comes this walker. It's not John, it's not June. Emerges from behind the bus. Alicia reclaims her makeshift blade to kill it. So perhaps, just perhaps, she's not quite ready to let this piece go just yet. So, what did y'all think of this episode? Again, Alicia and her basically face their demons. I don't know. I don't know. I just think there could have been more to this one. I mean, it was a good show. Don't get me wrong, but I think there could have been a little more to it. I mean, the setting, the storm and everything was fabulous. It really was. And the scene in the basement and how they did that was fantastic. But I think they could have shown a little more on what was happening in the other places. Maybe see the bus turnover with them in it. Or, Strand and Luciana, fighting the weather themselves. And it was kind of shocking to see this whole episode was just based on the two of them trapped in one place together, because for sure I thought Alicia for sure would kill her. There's no doubt. Um, if you remember in this episode, did you like the opening credits to it? Oh, it's pretty cool, wasn't it? The show's title was "Being Blown Away by the Wind." It was very cool. A nice touch there. Um, I don't know. Uh, it, Alicia is an adult, but still has childlike qualities. Okay, and you have Charlie, who is a child, but is oh yeah, yeah, they should. I agree. Tori said they should do a show like the Telltale Game. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be. So yeah, that would be very cool. Um, yeah, that would be nice. But you have Charlie, who's a child, but is way too old for her years. So um, we learned a little bit more about where Charlie comes from and who she was. Um, so, but they get out. Of course, the basement scene and everything. Um, what do you think? How would Charlie be received by the group when they actually find them? Not if, but when they actually find them. I don't think Luciana's going to be very happy. But Alicia came around, so what do you think? So, would Luciana come around too? Uh, but everybody's all just gone. And of course, the world feels like a very lonely place on Fear this week. So, um, I don't know. Like I said, that pretty much sums it up. Were each fighting their own demons. Um, I don't know. I was kind of surprised that, Charlie and her were in this show. Um, but it was, it's a pretty intense scene when Alicia finally lets it all out, and she conveyed the fear, the sadness, and the anger she had about losing her brother and mother. And of course, why it was all Charlie's fault. Um, but despite what Charlie did, she's still a child. But it's hard to grasp that Alicia really suffered from this. Um, it was a good episode. It was good. It wasn't great. I don't think. I think that, like I said, they could have done a lot more, shown what they were, the others were doing during the storm, not after. We don't know that yet. We'll find out if they find them. But what happened? Maybe show the bus being overturned. Maybe seeing the estate being wrecked. Excuse me. Okay. Anybody know about the Telltale Game? Okay, the Walking Dead Telltale Game. It's very cool. And Tori's saying they're coming out with their final episode of The Walking Dead. Clementine is older and she's a playable character. Oh, very cool. Oh, interesting. They're ending it with that? Huh. Their final episode? Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Um, like we said, I think we found out that Alicia is kind of the show's anchor at this point. But so is John Dory, too. Um, we could see two things simultaneously: the actual events unfolding on screen, and a parallel timeline of things that could have happened. And Alicia Debnam Carey, I'm sorry, Carey, um, left Morgan behind, forging a path of her own through a harrowing thunderstorm. And she was ticked and, shattered. Um, and of course, she lost her family to a traitorous little girl named Charlie. And lo and behold, surprise. Um, and I mean, it could have gone either way. She could have, like the way it did end up. She, eventually forgave her, or she could have just killed her, which would have been interesting. And she really considered both possibilities. Um, and of course, the way it unraveled, yes, it was a powerful episode as far as that goes. As far as Alicia goes, this was her a good, powerful performance by her, but Alicia still has a lot of story left. So, um, Nick's death in this season's third episode, at season, part four, A, basically. It was devastating by how sudden it was. It was just boom. Nobody had a clue about this one. Um, oh, she wasn't. Oh, interesting. Clementine wasn't. Okay. But it was the suddenness of Nick's death. I think that caught everybody off guard for sure. Nobody was expecting it. That wasn't part of the plan in our universe, but it was in theirs. And Madison's death, more at the end of the season, first part, mid-season, it was more controversial. Sorry, blah. And of course, a lot of critics wondered whether doing away with Madison was necessary. Yes, it was. I'm happy to say she's gone. I'm sorry. Um, but even with it showing that even without her family, Alicia still has an important role to play. Um, so, even from the beginning, Nick and Alicia were kind of the show's anchors. Um, Especially Alicia. I don't know. She's a bit colder lately. Um, and later on, though, she realized that Charlie was clutching a gun because she wanted to commit suicide, not kill Alicia. So I think she's definitely guilty. She's racked by guilt over what she did to the family. But she's also being haunted by the image of her parents, who she saw turn, and that's what she remembered mostly. Um, she couldn't remember what her mother and father looked like before they turned into those monsters. Alicia had a problem. Unable to forgive Charlie, but she's unwilling to let her die also. And Debnam Carey, she expresses that inner turmoil in her performance. Her Alicia is both relentlessly committed to surviving and unsure what the point of survival actually is. And although she refuses to relent to Charlie's pleas for her to kill her, uh, Debnam Carey expresses Alicia's confused conscience. Um, it's never quite a given that Alicia wouldn't change her mind. You just didn't know what she was going to do. Um, there's actually 2 points I'm sorry. Yes, I did cut out. I'm sorry. I accidentally hit something. Yeah, I mean, but it could have went either way with Alicia. She could have been faking it and did the look at the flowers thing. Um, close your eyes. Boom. I don't know, but it seems that she's going to carry the show through, other things. But I still say they should have cut back to maybe what the others were struggling through. I think that would have made it a more interesting show. I didn't think the whole show should have been about those two. Although we knew a showdown was coming, there is no doubt there had to be that for sure. And we did kind of learn about Charlie's, backstory. Um, I don't know. I don't miss Madison, and I'm not sure about Charlie either. I don't know at this point. I don't think her character is strong enough. Get rid of Charlie. She's creepy, scary. You know how the kids are in these shows. So, um, I just, I don't know. It was good, but I don't think they should have centered it on the two of them, the whole thing. Um, yes, Alicia's performance was good. I don't know. I want to see how the other characters develop first before I say yes, you should be the leader because I'm just not sure yet. Um, yeah, she's a strong character. Alicia, she's coming to terms with things, but I have to see what's going to happen next week before I can say um, whether or not I think she should lead the group. So that's just my opinion. I know others think that this was a fabulous episode. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It had some great points to it. And of course, Debney Carey did a fabulous job. There's no doubt. But is she going to be able to continue this? And, what's going to happen? Charlie's kind of useless, I think. I think they should just get rid of her. But that's me. Um, but that's me, like I said. Uh, I, I want to see what Strand and Luciana did. I really do. I want to see what happened there. Hopefully I don't want them to drag out the storm for, 4 episodes. Come on. Um, I, you know, I just don't think they should do that. Move on, move on. Um, but this represents Alicia's journey from isolation to, friends and camaraderie. And it brings the final member of the Clark family to places darker and brings her back to the light. If you want to put it that way, that works. Um, but Alicia just kind of abandons Morgan out there. We don't know what happened there. And excuse me, gosh. Um, you've only seen the first, but I've noticed a whole episode can be entirely one character. Um, yeah, I don't want them to drag this storm on. Yeah, they left it. That they can't. Nobody's where they're supposed to be. Um, are they going to drag this on for 2 more episodes or something? Oh, where'd they go? I think they should have shown maybe what was going on during the storm. At least went to them for a bit. It didn't have to be all about Alicia and Charlie. Um, I, yeah, she did a great job acting in this scene. Um, and she had great expressions, and her delivery, of course, really brought out her inner turmoil. Um, she's a kid, really, and she's conflicted about killing a kid. Okay, you're talking about two, adolescents here, really. But she really snarls her lines and makes it very apparent that her restraint and mercy are being employed and keeps her revenge at bay. Charlie also covers the bodies outside too. She dries all the pictures and stares at them, and you wonder, did she know these people? But no, it is just a memory of, and speaking of Madison, okay, of course, this house has a black chimney. It clears and a dead bird falls through. There you go. And this reminds Alicia of a story from the mid-season finale. I'm sorry, she says, crying. I'm trying. And of course, Charlie and the tree walker dude out there. I don't know. The dynamic between the two is good, but I don't think Charlie's character is that, she's caused a lot of issues. And I don't know. She seemed flat this week. That's what I'm trying to say. Charlie seemed flat. Yeah, we got kind of her backstory. We learned a little more about her. And of course, Alicia, uses that no one's gone until they're gone. But it's a great philosophy, like I said, in theory. But in the zombie apocalypse, it just isn't true. How often has anyone mentioned Travis in the past season? Sometimes, especially in a world where there's no one to carry your story forward. Death is the end. Yes, it is. So there you go. Again, they're trapped in this house. They try other means of getting out, none work. Especially in the basement. And, Charlie begs Alicia to kill her, which is good, da da da. Alicia tries, but she can't do it. But there's no calm after the storm here. So they got the car working and they proceed to drive off. And close your eyes. I was waiting for the boom also. But as far as her performance this whole episode, it was good. But did you notice, like, when it got to the estate or the side of Morgan's abandoned wagon or John's school bus turned over, she doesn't seem real bothered by that, does she? It's not like she's upset over it. It's just like whatever. I don't know. I hope her character continues to develop. Charlie, I can't see where this is going with her. I really can't. Of course, Charlie's insisting they have to find them, but Alicia tells her they're not going to get better. And Alicia, a lot of people love Alicia. This episode could be considered a successor to season 3's This Land Is Your Land episode. Last season's episode was stronger, though. There's something certainly poignant about Alicia's ability to forgive, but in the end, it didn't do much to develop her character. And Charlie's even less, my opinion only, okay? I had a hard time feeling bad for Charlie. They've all been through where their loved ones turned her. She's not the only one. And plus she killed this girl, Alicia's family. Come on. Did she really expect to get sympathy from Alicia? Really? Her lack of fear of the walkers is kind of creepy too. And I'm not totally convinced she won't become Lizzie 2.0, okay? She she kind of bothers me there. I don't see where she's adding anything here to the group or to her character otherwise. Of course, this was all about family and the symbolism in it. And did you notice the dog like picture that was up there? Picture of the dog, and our Rottweiler or something is a rotten or something like that. But and I think the dog they had two dogs, and I think they were trying to eat on the bodies there for a bit in the house. I think. You had the home walls that would be our guests, and of course the bikes in the basement. And it was kind of designed to be kind of Alicia's worst nightmare. And she kind of deviated from her mother's philosophy of memory to a point. Yeah, on the other hand, she didn't. So she kind of both things. I wanted to see not how the storm affected the other groups and characters, but I wanted to see what they were doing. How they were dealing with the storm as it was happening. So I think they could have went to that a few times just to see maybe the house caving in at the estate or turning, John's bus over. Not what happened to him, but just seeing that happen. What the storm was doing, not just to that house. And God, that would be such a bummer, wouldn't it? For the storm to be so heavily teased, only to get just one character's story of survival. So they'd best be showing it. Next week episode is going to be interesting, and I wish if they're going to do it, don't wait till the third episode or something here to see what happens to them. We're going to see Morgan next week, and next week's episode is called The Code. And this is going to be a Morgan's encounter with a new group. But I hope they show more of the how the others survived this. I really do. Again, I know it's only been not even an hour talking about this, but what is there more to say? I think Charlie's character should be kind of done. She's not. I don't think it's. Carrying anything. Alicia forgave her, but did she really? I don't know. And I wanted to see more of what was going on with the other places. Morgan and his wagon and John and June, and see that turned over and see what was happening with Strand and Luciana. So, yeah, yes, you're right. I think those were the only two. Yes, you're right, Tori. But again, this episode was all about Alicia and Charlie and their inner turmoils and their baggage, so to speak. I don't know where Charlie's character is going from here. I just don't see any point in it. Just get rid of her. If you saw the Talking Dead afterwards, though, did you notice that they talked about, they just, when Chris Hardwick asked, I can't think of his name offhand, what is it? One of the producers of the show there, the guy. What did this mean anything, or did that prop do something? And there was a backstory to why they did certain things, which was cool. It wasn't just, because it looked cool. They actually had something to say about a lot of the props and stuff they used. And the way they did that basement filming was absolutely awesome. It was great. That was one of the highlights of the show for me. But like I said, I don't think it should have been totally about these two. But, like I said, Alicia, Debnam Carey was, this episode was very good for her. She was powerful, got her message across, okay. But, I don't know, she didn't seem really too concerned that they couldn't find anybody else, or, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I know I hate to say it. I really do. But we'll see how this works out next week. So this wasn't even an hour because it was all about Alicia and Charlie. I mean, we talked about it all. Do you think Alicia should have killed her? Do you think they should have become friends? I don't know. Is there something more you wanted to see out of this episode? There was for me. Granted, it was a very good episode, emotional, and the turmoil, and but I don't think it could have been a little better. I think the storm was awesome, but I would have liked to see more of the storm itself, and not that I'm aware of, Tori, but I will find out for you. Um, he might be. Let me see for you. I will check. He asked if Greg Nicotero was involved with Fear. Let's find out. I never thought to ask that, actually. Let's find out for you. Of course, we know. If you don't know who Greg Nicotero is, which I'd be totally surprised if you didn't, he's a special makeup effects artist, creator, and executive producer. Now, listen, Greg Nicotero is a special makeup effects creator and executive producer on AMC's Fear the Walking Dead. And of course, we all know his first job in the special effects makeup was, of course, George A. Romero, Day of the Dead, with Tom Savini. Oh, I love Tom Savini. He was great. He's currently working as co-executive producer and special makeup effects supervisor and occasional director on TWD and Fear. He's directed 11 episodes of TWD and is the creator of the web series The Walking Dead webisode. So there you go. Yes, he is. Yeah, I love Tom Savini. Oh, he was just so awesome. So, what do you think's going to happen in next week's? Next week, Morgan's going to, it's called The Code, and he's going to encounter a new group. So, this should be interesting. I want to, yes, he did. Oh, God, I love that movie. Dusk Till Dawn. That was such a great movie. It was great. That's one of my all-time favorites is Dusk Till Dawn. And looking forward to TWD season. And I'm happy to announce that one of my co-hosts on TWD, The Walking Dead, will be Rick Moylan. He will be on like every other Wednesday when Michelle can't be on. So Michelle and Rick, welcome to The Walking Dead verse, okay? I'm glad to have you both aboard. And Michelle will be back with me next Wednesday. So we'll have more to talk about. I want to see more of John, of course. Who doesn't? Come on. I'm just looking forward to, because since Andrew Lincoln's so excited about this season of TWD, I'm excited about it because he's drawing parallels to the first season. So I'm looking so much forward to it. But again, it should be interesting next week. I hope we find out what the hell happened with this storm. I just wish they would have shown more of the damage it was doing, basically, not just in this house. Okay? Yeah, he does. Who, Savini? Oh, yeah, he did. I forget which one they had. I saw it somewhere. Yeah, he did. That movie is just great. So what are you looking forward to see in Fear? Is there anything in particular? Hi, Michelle. What did you think of this week's episode? I think I covered it pretty well. It was basically about Alicia and Charlie. I think Charlie should be done. I just don't see any point in her character. She was, the killer of Nick, and Madison supposedly, and was part of the Vultures. So da 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 da. So what does she do now? So I don't know. I just think I don't see any point in going on with her. Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't. I didn't think they needed that. Like I said, the whole episode with these two. I wanted to see more of what the others were going through during the storm. Like Strand and Luciana. What were they doing, during the storm while it was going on? Not afterwards, because we'll find that out. But I want to know what they were doing. See the bus and wagon turn over, or throw them out, or whatever. But I think they should have included that, because it was all centered around this house. I was waiting for the house to raise up, like, we're on our way to Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore, so I get what they were doing, but I wasn't totally happy with it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Was it me, or did she not seem to have a very, reaction to not finding anybody? Yeah. Yeah, off to see the wizard type of thing. Yeah, exactly. Um, I was waiting for Toto to come out from somewhere. Of course, those could have been the Rottweilers, right? In the house. So kind of yeah, yeah. Um, so it was good, but I didn't think they needed to have a whole episode um, of it. Yeah, I don't know. The basement scene was pretty cool, though. Yeah, I know. It's just kind of, she had no reaction to nobody being anywhere. It's like, do you not care? Yeah, the flying walkers were great, weren't they? That was really, really good. Really good. I did too. They were, but like the flying monkeys, right? Yeah. It's exactly what I thought of when I saw it. Yeah, but it was good. They did that really well. But like I said, I'd like to see more of what the others were going through during the storm. With the walkers flying around and hitting things and banging, and so they could have done a little bit of that, about the other locations, but they didn't. So, yeah, I don't see where Charlie's character is going anywhere either. I just don't know. Like I said, it was good, but it wasn't. Yeah, that's what I said. I like the flying monkeys, huh? I'm going to release my flying walkers on you. Yes. So, should Alicia have killed her? Should Alicia have killed Charlie? Kinda, yeah. I don't know. I just don't see any places her character is going. Alicia, yes, exactly. Yeah, I wish they would have shown the bus being turned over or something by the storm or whatever. Hopefully we'll find out soon, Michelle. I know. Where is John? That's Dory with an I-E, not a Y, like the fish. So there you go. I used his picture this week for you, Michelle. So, in case you didn't notice. Yeah, the flying walkers were great. I mean, that was a great, great touch to that with the storm. But I wish I could have, we could have seen a little glimpse of what. Yeah, but what's the point in Charlie then? I mean, where she go from here? Like, I don't care, but I mean, yeah, Alicia protecting her from now on. But yeah, but I don't know. I just don't see any point in Charlie's character. I really don't. So next week, at least we'll get to see more of Morgan. Hope it's a little. Yeah, of course. Uh-huh. But yeah, I don't know. I hope. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Well, yeah, they will, but I don't want this storm thing to drag on for 4 episodes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I don't need to do that either. We'll find out what happened to him, but I don't want to find out 3 episodes from now either. But We shall see what we shall see. So next week it's called The Code, and Morgan's going to encounter another group, a new group. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, yeah. As they have a tendency to do that. Like I said, I wish they would have shown more of what was happening during the storm with the other, characters like Strand and Luciana. What were they running away? Did they get caught somewhere? And we didn't need to know about what happened to them afterwards yet. Yeah, that's yeah, yep. Very true. I like that Terminus, Walk to Terminus, the sequel. Sequel, I love it. That was great. Yeah, the sequel. Yeah. Was this a zombie nado or a walker nado, kind of like Sharknado, right? Yeah, it was good though. Instead of sharks, they had. Yeah, yeah, I know he's drunk, but that might have sobered him up real quick. Who knows? But I'd like to have seen what they were doing during the storm. Um, it just would have been interesting to see the other characters, not just those two. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Um, but yeah, I just don't see Charlie's character developing and it going anywhere. Where is she going to be? Her little protege from now on, or what? I don't know. But yeah, sure, Strand's drunk. I don't know. He might have sobered up real quick. It's hard telling. Um, I hope June's okay, and John, and of course we know Morgan is. He's in the episode next week. But I wish they would have shown other aspects of the storm a little bit more. So I don't know. That's just me. I just don't, I just don't think they should have focused the whole episode on these two. I kind of get it, but on the other hand, they wouldn't have taken that long and been like, look, chickie, um, you know, better start talking, or, why should I not kill you? Give me a reason, or whatever, or let her go to the walker. I don't know, but it was ironic. Of course, the walker saved the day. So there you go, the tree walker, bless his heart, right? So that I don't have anything more to say about this episode. We covered it and I recovered it. I keep saying the same thing about it, so I don't know what you guys thought, but eh. Um, we'll see where Alicia's character goes. Yeah, I just didn't care for her. She had all this emotion during this whole episode. Um, I wish they would, but I wish they would have shown a little more of what was happening with the other people, not just those two at the house. It didn't have to be anything spectacular, but it would have been cool to see what was going on. So I hope they'll show some more of it next week. But the biggest thing is Morgan. He's going to meet a new group. So, any idea who that is, Michelle? Who's Morgan meeting? Yeah, like the walk to Terminus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, true, true. We'll see. We'll see. Um, It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I agree. Should Alicia have killed Charlie? What do you think? I don't know. I don't know. In some ways, yes. I just don't, like I said, and I repeated myself on this. Um, yeah, yeah, but yeah, but that's kind of dragging it on, and I don't like that. Oh, yeah, that's right. It has done. Interesting. That's right. It has no comment. But I hope they don't do that each episode, focus on each group. No. That's just too blah. They should have, show them all, in one show. I don't know. I just don't like them dragging it on like this, but we shall see. Um, Anyway, who's in? Alicia's? Would have been Charlie's in for sure, but who cares? I just didn't see her character going anywhere. No, she couldn't, which is why she didn't do it. She just couldn't bring herself to do it. And of course, her mom would. Pfft, I don't care if she acts like her mom or not, personally, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But Alicia needs to be her own person. I don't want her, taking after mom or whatever. Alicia needs to be her own person. So, anywho, there's not much more to say about this episode, really. Other than what I have already. So, we'll see who Morgan meets next week for sure. So, and Michelle will be here next week with me to join in on the discussion. Yeah. Yeah. Smack her around a little. Yeah, something. Yeah, I agree. I'm surprised she didn't. I know. That's why I'm saying, where's this character going? Nowhere. Actually, just get rid of her and be done with it. Oh, sorry, Walker, got you. Yeah, me either. What is it with these kids on these shows? We can't stand them. Lizzie 2.0. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Hey, rundown for this week. Join KBLP LLC tomorrow, Thursday, all day long for podcasts, all day long. Check it out. It is KBLP's 2-year anniversary. So happy anniversary, KBLP. Ike Diaz, Michelle, Chris, Stephen, Gary, Sonia, and everybody. Desiree, Stephen. So, yeah, make her useful. Yeah, I know, right? So, happy anniversary, KBLP. 2-year anniversary. So, we made it this far, and we're going to keep on going. So, yay! Exactly, 2-year anniversary. So, all during the day, our podcasters will be on. So, be sure to check out the podcast all day tomorrow. And I will be on tomorrow night with Encounters of the Strange Kind. And we're doing the Underground Monsters. It's going to be interesting. It's kind of creepy what they think is hiding underground. So, KBLP LLC. We rock, guys. We rock. So, happy 2-year anniversary, everybody. Yay! And of course, Michelle's one of our newer podcasters, and I hope she's enjoying it. We're certainly enjoyed having her. So she is totally awesome. Chris Stevens, our biggest freak. Some of our new sports talk podcasters, Gary and Sonia and Cecilia, and everybody on there. Lisa, she'll be on a few times. Of course, our own Ike Diaz, the boss man. So, yeah. So, let's see. Let's give you the rundown. So, all day tomorrow, the podcasters will be on. So, check them all out. Encounters tomorrow night. Yeah, Tremors, yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Boom. Yeah, actually, I think one of them's kind of like that. Anywho, Lolita will be back tomorrow night after Encounters with Lolita's Jam. She does some great hip-hop music, underground music. Yeah, I'll bet I'm in on that one. I don't know. And you talk fast, too. I'm like, whoa, she's going like, 150 miles an hour. My voice will usually crack after a while, but yeah, yours, whoa. It's like, whoa, stop, take a breath there. Yeah, you were great. You were great. Her show, she does WTF, usually on Tuesday, so check that out for sure. It's totally awesome. Yeah, I'm taking bets on that, definitely. But Lolita's Jam will be back tomorrow night, so check her out. Yeah, you do. And it's all good, too. I'll tell you what. She has a lot to say, so listen in and listen to her. She is totally awesome. So make sure you check out WTF, usually on Tuesdays. So do that. I'm thinking, okay, Friday, Hollywood Review. I'm going to talk about the new movies, what's out. Of course, Deadpool 2 is out on DVD. I do have it now. Yes, you do, Michelle, but you have a lot of good stuff to say. So enjoy that immensely. It's totally great. Totally great. So, and then our biggest freak, Chris Stevens, will be on with Freaks in the Basement. Oh, that about killed my voice. It certainly didn't come out how I rehearsed it. So, oh, I know, right? The Nun will be out September 7th. Oh, can't wait. That one looks totally awesome. So, yeah, and then Rick will be joining us for The Walking Dead. So I can't wait for that. That'll be great. I'll have both of you. Woohoo! Which these two they're totally awesome. And they give us some great insight on the Walking Dead world. Thank you, yes. As Michelle said, Freaks in the Basement. Okay, that's on Friday. And he plays a lot of great music, Chris does. So, be sure to tune in. Saturday, I'm thinking before Ike goes on, I may do an Aretha Franklin tribute. R.I.P. Aretha, the Queen of Soul. So, yeah, R.I.P. Aretha Franklin. So, yeah. And then Sunday night, we're going to do hip-hop on TWD, Decades with Denise. Again, not one of my favorites, but it was a request, and I will do it. Just because, I don't like it doesn't mean all you don't. So, if you want to hear something in particular, a genre, part of like new wave or punk or, gospel, whatever, let me know. Yeah, I want to do a tribute to the great Aretha Franklin. I think it's only fitting. Yeah. Tori for hip-hop, yes, I know. We did disco before, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of disco, man. It was a great era for that, wasn't it? A lot of good stuff came out of that. But DWD on Sunday night will be hip-hop. So, but let me know at KBLP LLC what you want to hear. So let me know, okay? I'm not going to keep playing what I want all the time, so, I want to hear what you want. And do some research on it for you and find out. Gospel, country. Eventually we'll do country. You know that, of course. Top female one-hit wonders. We did the males. We need to do the female one-hit wonders. So all this will be coming up the next coming weeks. Also, next month, I want to get my... yeah, I did. Just a little bit. A whole lot. Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. But... yeah, next month, hopefully, I'll be setting it up for my live podcast from our Haunted Hydro for Halloween. We're going to start getting ready for Halloween, guys. So I'll be hopefully getting with them next month and, figure out what day I'm going to have the live podcast. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to do that. We're going to have so much fun with that. It'll be live from a haunted attraction. So we'll hear the screams and, everything else, which will be so great, won't it? I can't wait. Yeah, fall is just around the corner, and of course, Halloween. Yeah, I know, right? I can't wait. I also like to do a ghost hunt podcast, so I'll be checking into that too. Yes, Tori did a ton of research for hip-hop, but he enjoyed every second of it, didn't you, dear? That's his favorite, so yes, if he could help. I was like, yes, more than welcome to. Yes, that's it. This is Halloween. Yeah, we're going to be doing more about all that stuff coming up next month and, another half a month or so, and then look out. Our Halloween freaks here, we're going to really give it to you. Not next on Monday, join Ideas and Sports Talk. We have Gary. We have Cecilia, we have Sonia, we have moi, and we'll have Lisa on there. So check out Sports Talk on Monday nights. Now, when Planet B.O.B. is on, they will do it after us, but on the weeks we're not on, then they will be on earlier. So I think they'll be on after the Monday night game is over on Mondays, which will be on first. And on the Mondays we're not on, they'll do a pregame. show. I believe that's how it's going to work. So check that out. Okay. Don't forget, Fear will be on Wednesdays, and when The Walking Dead starts, it'll switch to that. And of course, AHS, American Horror Story, Apocalypse will be starting too. So lots of good fun stuff coming up. I think shout out to Planet B period O period B period. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, but Planet B period O period B period. Shout out to that group. That is Michelle's. She's an admin in that group. It's her group. I love it. I love that. That is a great, great page. It's on Facebook. Check it out. It's about any question you have about prepping or survival. This is a place to go and ask, because there is no such thing as a dumb question. So make sure you do it B period O period B period, or God, I don't know where you're going to end up, and it probably won't be good. Yes, you did, Tori. You did listen to the metal, and I applaud you for that. So, the least I could do is do hip hop. I know, Michelle. I know I'm not a real fan either, but it's part of the music world, so we got to do it. Yep, I know. It does me too. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm not going to not do it because I don't like it. So, can't do that. That's not what it's about. So, yeah, well, they got through disco and the heavy metal and stuff, so I can get through hip-hop one evening. Well, hip-hop does that to me, Tori, so... Okay. So lots of fun stuff coming up. Shout out, of course, like I said, Planet B period O period B period. Shout out to Survival Wolves with Mike Ronan. Conflicted. That's what if scenarios. Yeah, shut up. I have to listen to it so I know where the end of it is, unfortunately. Well, that'll work out great, Michelle, because I only have my headphones, only half of them is working. So I need a new set, but I'll probably wait till after hip hop. I'll say, what? It's over? What? I missed it. Sorry. Yeah. So, if they can listen to some of the music I play, like the heavy metal and stuff, then I can listen to hip hop for one evening. I don't know if I'll survive, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. So anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, shout out to True Horror Junkies. The Walking Dead Freak Show with Michelle Auger. That's a great. This is all on Facebook, so check these places out. Art of Darkness, of course, run by Tori Preston here. So check that out too. And the King, Barker, and Beyond. Stephen King, Clive Barker, and beyond that. So check them out. Horror Three Ring Circus. Adriana, shout out to you, dear. I know. You always do, Michelle. You always do. So, check out all these places. That's what I said. If you can listen to that, I can listen to hip hop for one evening. Hope I make it through it. I don't know what I'll be like afterwards. It's Art of Darkness. It's Tori, would you explain that to her? Please explain to her what Art of Darkness is. I haven't been there. I haven't been there on and off because I've been busy working my butt off. But Tori, fill her in on Art of Darkness, if you would, please. Of course, it's kind of like a horror page, but it's more of the dark nature, dark art, things like that. It's pretty cool. It's a cool site. So, Tori, fill her in, if you would, please. Let's see what else is going on. I think that shout out to you guys, Michelle and Tori, for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you to the listeners out there of Fear. Please join in the chat when you can. And if you listen in, hit the heart button. That means hit the like button. I don't know. I don't know how you don't know about this. I say it every week. Tori. There you go. Thank you, Tori. Yeah, it's more on the dark end of it. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty. It's cool. It is. Check it out, Michelle. Honestly. Um. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Shout out to you guys, Michelle and Tori, for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for anybody who's listening out there. And please join in the chat. And if you're just listening, hit the like button. Give it a like if you would. Yeah, it's been how long, Tori? How long is that? How long has it been already? It's yeah, I don't remember when you did it though. Okay, we'll add you. Oh, well, I kind of told you. I thought you did know. I'm sorry, my bad. Thank you, Tori. Add her on there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Glad you could join us on that, Michelle. Thank you. So yeah, check all the groups out. If you give it a listen. Um, yeah, we're not even sure. At least it's been at least 3 years, hasn't it? 2.5 to 3 years. It's been a while. Anyway, give it when you listen, give it a like. Join the chat. We'd love to hear from you guys out there. Okay. So that ends tonight's episode. Let me know what you think about these, and we'll talk to y'all later. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, 3 years, I think. Oh, stop it, Michelle. Stop it. Goof. I don't know. You think, okay. Stop it, Michelle. Stop it. Behave. Okay, guys. I'm going to say good night. I'm going to say good night. Have a great night. Michelle, don't work too hard, honestly. Thank God I didn't today. Last night was a total nightmare. But anyway, it's over and done with. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see everybody tomorrow on KBLP all day long, guys. So check it out. All right. Have a great night. Peace out, y'all.